Hey guys, it's Keisha Nicole. It is Black Business Month. So, one thing about us here at Radio One, every single month and every single day is Black Business Month because we honor and we make sure we shout out Black businesses every single day and create a platform for them. And today, I want to introduce you to a business owner who is a fitness and personal trainer. And I love this because y'all know I love to work out. Y'all welcome Chris Green to the show. Hello, Chris.
What's up, Keisha? How are you, baby?
Good. How are you?
Living the dream.
They say you one of the best in H-Town. I ain't even worked out with you yet.
Well, we got to change that quickly.
We got to get to it, okay? Did you do leg day today? Let me make sure.
Absolutely. I got it in. Absolutely.
Hey, Chris, how long have you been a trainer?
Going on 14 years.
14 years. What made you start being a trainer? Was it like you were an athlete and you loved to work out, or how did you get into the training business? Because now I see like so many different trainers, and I will be honest, a lot of them don't know what they're doing. It was like one of those things that happened in the pandemic, and everybody's like, "Hey, I want to work out
Yeah.
and be personal," and they haven't kind of did it the right way. But how long? What made you become a trainer?
Freedom, man. Athletic background, didn't make it to the lead, but at the same time, I wanted that freedom to be able to create, to be able to be me. And ultimately, I was
Mhm.
able to do that and create a culture where people believe, and now we can help people get results.
What's some of the best results you've seen thus far? Like you maybe met someone and they were trying to get like the pregnancy weight off, or what's like the best results you've given someone,
To
or
be
you help
honest,
somebody?
the 100 pounds, the 120, that comes and goes, and I'm grateful for that. But I like seeing more people defeat that health odd, right? Or the doctor told them
Mhm.
they had to take certain medication, and we were able to get them off. To see people do the unthinkable has been the game changer for me.
Really? Now, what has been like the struggle for you having your own business? Because I know like clients come and go. Some stay for a very long time, but for me, like I work out in seasons. Like I might go hard for like 3 months and then I take 2 months off because I'm just like I'm totally busy. But being a business owner and having to have that consistent clientele, like how have you been able to maintain that, and what have been like some of the struggles you face?
I think one of the biggest struggles has been the pivot, right? You have
Hmm.
COVID, you have hurricanes, you have things that you have no control over. So just being
Hmm.
prepared to make the right move at the right time. So stepping up to the plate, swinging the ball or swinging the bat to the ball has always been my dream, right? To be able to just implement. On the flip side, I think one of the biggest challenges is creating systems and having people to believe in that system. At the end of the day, man, it's your blood, sweat, and tears, and nobody might not sweat it the way that you do, but finding someone that does, man, that's the game changer.
What's your approach when training? Because I know for me, like I always try to find a trainer that when I go, like I get a little therapy in there. I had a long day at work, I need to come. But what's your approach with your clients?
Absolutely, being personal. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, I don't look for perfection because I'm not perfect. So
Hmm.
shooting whatever happened that day and being able to chop it up and be real and be honest and be transparent. And I think personally, I look for people that act and look like me, right? People that
Hmm.
have jobs, people that are high driven, people that are consistent. And it seems like the energy that I give is the energy that I typically receive.
What are 5 things that you can do if you're first getting started with working out? Because I know everybody wasn't born to be athletic, and everybody doesn't want to always work out. But like, what are 5 things that you can give somebody who's has a lack of motivation and that really experience for working out?
Number one, mentality. We
Hmm.
are our worst critic. So even before you pick up a jump rope or go outside and run, man, knowing that you can do this and that you're built for it. So I'm real big on mentality. So that's number one. Number two, do what you can when you can. Nothing more, nothing less. We see social media, we see Keisha getting it on, we see KG getting it on, and sometimes we want to do what they're doing, and it's not about that. It's about doing what you can that day.
Hmm.
Number three, I would say get get wise wisdom. Like you said, there's some people out there that's just not doing it the right way. So make sure you do your research, ask around, do the reviews. So at the end of the day, I can't do what Keisha do, right? So I want to get someone like Keisha to teach me what Keisha does. And it's the same thing with fitness. Get somebody that do it the right way so you can go the right way. Number four, I would say be at a place where you want to be. You know,
Hmm.
the old show Cheers, right? Everybody knows your name. That's a real big thing in Mean Green with community and culture. Everybody that's a part of our program, whether it's boot camp online or at our gyms, you want to be there because it's love, it's cohesiveness, and I think that's a big role. Number five, I would say do what's sustainable. Don't get caught into all the trendy diets and doing backflips and landing on one hand. Man, do what you do and just do it well and be consistent at it.
I want to talk about motivation and discipline. Which one do you think you need the most? Because I feel
Mm.
like a lot of people like you have to be motivated, you have to be motivated. But sometimes I'm motivated, but I'm not disciplined. Which one do you think is most important for people who are trying to become dedicated to working out?
I Man, great question. Personally, for Chris, discipline, and
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I was able to create from a youngster in sports. Right, I believe that mentality, different seasons, they come and go. But discipline, man, when you're consistent at something, whether it's 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., you're disciplined in one thing, you'll probably be disciplined in other things. Now, that's outside of fitness as well, right? Being a better dad, being a better father, being a better brother, whatever that may be. I believe if I'm disciplined at one thing, I'll be disciplined at those other things as well.
You're right, because I swear, like if I'm not disciplined, I'm just like lacking in every area of my life. But if I'm like
Yeah.
locked in with working out, it's like a certain discipline that just hit me, and it just pours over to like every part of my life. And like if I'm disciplined with eating, I'm like, okay, well I gotta work out hard, or I gotta eat right because I've been working out hard. So I'm like
Yeah.
disciplined in every avenue of my life. I want to talk about becoming like the pioneer. Like you're kind of like one of Houston's pioneers for the boot camps at the park. When did that start, and how did that start off for you?
It started off because I was broke, Keisha, to be honest. I didn't have,
What?
yeah, nobody gave me nothing, right? So for me, it was about
Mm-hmm.
doing what I do. So I went to the parks because it was free at that time. And I just created something unique, something that was unorthodox to others, but it was what I did. And being able to do that was the reason why we was able to be, I think, a trendsetter. And now going into gyms and fitness competitions and digital training, that was all a foundation that was built 13, 14 years ago. So to be honest, yeah, not having no money, not having resources, I was able to not follow someone else's system, which was the reason why we were able to create Mean Green.
And that's why I see like all these people now. Like I mean, I see so many people like doing the boot camp workouts at the park. Even like when the pandemic hit, like everybody flocked to the park to do the boot camp workout. But that's awesome. I did want to ask you, for you starting your own business, if somebody wanted to become a trainer and they don't per se like have experience being a trainer, but they know like they have it, what is something that they need to do?
Whew. So many ways, right? And I'm not gonna say
Mhm.
what I mentioned now is the way, but personally,
Mhm.
for those that I mentor, man, go get a job at a gym. And
Mm.
I think so many times we see ourselves as, which you are. You are that entrepreneur. You are that trendsetter. You are the game changer. But man, the biggest thing that I've learned is there's nothing new under the sun. And if somebody
Mm.
can teach you a proven system, learn that proven system before you just go out there. Because at the end of the day, you can create something that's really bad based upon not knowing or having ignorance. So go learn, be around the best, and then create your brand. That's just my 2 cents.
Speaking of creating a brand, how have you been able to be successful, and then also, having to jump into like the new age of social media and compete with that? Because I know a lot of people, like there's trainers out there. It's like, man, look, I love what I do in my gym, so I need to go on social media. But a lot of times, people are getting clients from social media.
Yeah, it's so many facets of how to bring growth to your brand. I have a picture in my office of Blockbuster. It's not to do
Hmm.
the same thing because at the same time, if you do so, you will become the next Blockbuster. So for us, having different departments within our brand that specialize at that. At the end of the day, Chris is good at one thing, but somebody's
Hmm.
better than something else, and that's when I bring them on our team. And I believe that's why we found the success that we found, because it's not a Chris show. It's me getting a collective people that believe in the same vision to bring the same product to produce what we would desire to produce.
What's the biggest misconception about being your own boss and having your own business? Like, what's the biggest misconception? Because everybody's like, I want to quit my job and I want to, be an entrepreneur and do this myself, but not understanding that being an entrepreneur is like, 365, 24 hours a day, versus you call it clocking in for 8 hours a day. What's been the biggest misconception that you've seen?
I'm gonna say this, but I don't want to detour anybody from being their own owner because it's great, right? But at the same
Hmm.
time, that 8 to 5, that's done, right? I believe for me, my clock is always on because I'm always looking to get better. I take breaks to be a dad. I take breaks to be a husband. I take these different breaks, but at the same time, I'm mean green 24/7. Also,
Mm.
the handout, like this is not a handout
Ooh.
trendy. Like I don't expect people to give me stuff, and I believe people get into entrepreneurship or leadership and they expect people to give them stuff, especially me being the skin color I am. Like people don't
Hmm.
give me stuff sometimes. So it's really important for me and to anybody else that hear my voice, man. If you want this, it's not a cookie cutter business where people just give it to you. You got to be mentally tough and go get it. But yeah, for sure, 24/7, I'm on.
Um, so I'm just jumping in and I'm looking at the comment section. And they're asking about growing your business, boot camps, training facility, beast mode games, daily sweat, virtual training, podcast. Let's talk about all of that.
Um, let's start with I guess boot camp, right? That was the
Okay.
original.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that was so cool, Keish, because it put me in a position to be Chris, and I was able
Mm,
to be Chris no matter what, and I love that aspect. And what I mean by being Chris, sometimes when you train or you work for anybody, sometimes you have to limit personality. At that moment, I didn't have to
mm,
limit personality. I was able to smile. I do this thing where it's a hug or a fist bump when I see you. And I know sometimes that's not the way for some brands without saying names, but boot camp was able to create the gym, through income, through saving, through resources and friendships and growing and building a demand for your service. I was able to do our first brick and mortar gym and then do the second one and have plans to doing two more within the next 9 months. Digital training was a COVID move, right? It was a thing where I
yeah.
had to do to keep our business alive and afloat, but at the same time, it was done well. And now people that I used to train with that moved across the town, or maybe they busy because they on the radio and they don't have time, but they need 30 minutes to get it in. To be able to find that source of demand was eye opening. The Beast Mode games is just me being Chris, being able to connect with other
Mm.
people that are share the same duties, being gym owners, personal training. And over 13, 14 years after doing that, when you host an event, you've planted so many seeds with so many great people. I believe that's why I received the support. So to get gyms and boot camps and personal trainers to come out, you get 300 to 500 people to come compete. You bring 2 to 3 friends. Now you got 1,500 people in the audience. Man, it's something that's mind blowing to think about.
I always like to ask this question to entrepreneurs. Um, what do you tap into on the days that you don't feel like it? Because we don't feel like it every single day. For anybody that just has a career where you have to be in front of people, you have to talk to people, and you have to be social. On the days you don't feel like it, what do you tap into?
Man, great question first. Second, you can't put out what you don't put in. And at the end of the day, it's important for me to be fueled. I give a lot of energy. I give everything I have when I see someone. So for me personally, my fuel comes from my belief in faith and Christianity. I'm big on worship, and I believe when I fuel myself spiritually, I'm able to produce. Second,
Mm-hmm.
family. Uh, Man, family first. And I got two twins that are 6. Seeing their eyes is the best motivation I've ever seen in my life. And being
Mm-hmm.
around them, seeing them smile, being able to put them in basketball camps and be a father, I think for me that gives me an ultimate feel that no person can ever give me.
Mm. Now I hear that you literally know like everyone's name on a first name
Oh
basis when
wow.
they walk in. How do you remember that? Because I'm so terrible with names. How do you remember everyone's name?
True story. I'm really bad at it. I'm not
Really?
good at remembering names. So I've always heard call somebody their name 3 times within 15 seconds. You're more likely to
Okay.
do it. So actually, in our handbook to be a trainer, you actually have to call each member in your class by name 3 times. So for me,
Wow.
I kept that concept, but the reason why I think I remember people very well is because I call them by a nickname. So like instead of saying
Mm.
Jonathan, I say Jay Cook, right? Instead of saying Daniel Gibson, I would say D Gibb. And for me to give somebody a nickname is more likely for me to remember because I gave them that nickname. So that's what
Mm. Let me ask you this though, because there's so many gems, there's so many trainers across the world, across the city. Why should somebody that's watching right now come to yours and yours specifically?
to be consistent. The push-ups and the squats would never change, Keisha. Like that's that if somebody's teaching it right, it would never change. But if you want to be empowered to be consistent, not in doing push-ups, but by being, alive, because there's a difference between existing and living. And my
Mm,
goal for anybody that comes underneath my umbrella, I don't want you to exist. I want you to live. So being able to work out is a tool to make you a better mother, right? To make you a better
mm,
friend, to make you a better owner. And again, I'm not saying I'm separate from anybody else, but I know when you walk underneath my umbrella that you're going to leave empowered,
mm,
you're going to leave want to do more and can't wait to get back. And anytime you get into a fitness space where you want to go back, I think that's
mm-hmm.
priceless.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you leave with what you want to leave with, something I didn't touch on for Black Business Month, or anything that you want to tell the audience.
You know what, man? I want to give a major shout out to you guys to be able to highlight anybody and specifically what you guys are doing this month, man. I think that's amazing. So, major shout out to you guys. And for Mean Green, man, if you ever come across a mindset where you want to get better and be consistent, definitely check us out on our platforms at Mean Green Training. And that can be searched on any platform or website.
And I haven't been. KG been trying to get me to go. Everybody been trying. I'm gonna come check y'all out for real. I'm gonna come to Mean Green. I've been supposed to come a long time ago,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
inbox.
coming soon.
I'm
I'm
gonna
coming
inbox.
this month.
I'm gonna inbox you. And I'm gonna hold you down. I'm
Inbox
gonna
me.
inbox you.
Inbox me, okay?
Will do. Will do.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris Green. We appreciate you. Where can they
Right.
find you at?
Mean Green Training. If you look
Mhm.
on any platform, that's our brand. If you like me personally, the real underscore Mean Green, just because somebody hacked it once, we had to put that in front.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right, love. You be good. Y'all take care.
You too. Thank you.